Okay. It's time.
It's time.
We got to get this out quick.
Let's do this.
You know, a lot of the people, they like this song.
They do. So listen, real quick. The person who said they didn't like it is actually one of my best friends that I grew up with in California. Like we've been friends since the first grade. But the difference is he makes like beats and music like for a living.
Tell him to make us one.
He said he would.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Nick, if you're listening, make us one, send it, and we'll do a poll and see which one's better.
Alrighty.
There we go.
Alrighty. Welcome back, everybody, for another episode of King of the Court. I am your host, co-host, Tyler, and this is Jimmy, the other host, co-host. We are thrilled to talk with you guys today.
Yeah, we're ready.
First and foremost, we want to go through our sponsors. We got our title sponsor, The Pickler. Jimmy, tell us about The Pickler.
The Pickler is everybody's favorite indoor facility.
They also have an e-commerce platform.
Pickler Shop.
ThePicklerShop.com.
Yep, they've got everything you need. And The Pickler Shop is selling Stack Athletics gear. And for those that don't know, that gear is flying off the shelves thanks to Hurricane Tyra Black. If you want to get that pink visor, you better get it right now.
There were a bunch of memes going around with pictures, and people Photoshopped the Stack hat on it.
Yeah, that's
pretty
Stack
funny.
visors. I mean, it was on the Statue of Liberty. It was on Rocky, right? Yeah, that visor is blowing up. I mean, I think it's literally going to become Tyra's signature now. Like she has to wear it every tournament now, right?
Yeah, maybe. Anyways, use code KOTC for your next paddle. Any new paddle, backpack, any pickleball gear you want, use code KOTC. It supports us. It supports them.
Yes.
And you're going to get a great product. Next, we have actually our very first sponsor.
I love Crown.
Crown Pickleball.
Oh, Crown.
You're wearing it.
I'm rocking it.
Yeah, he's all crowned out.
Rocking the Crown hat. If anyone wants a Crown hat, message me. I want to distribute some.
Yeah,
Maybe
they're
we'll do a
great balls.
giveaway.
And one really cool thing is they actually just introduced a 100 ball pack option. And so for those that like to drill, train, or play a lot of pickleball, sometimes 3 packs aren't enough and you want to up it to the next level.
Yeah.
Get that 100 pack.
The 100 balls, I think it's, I don't know if I should say this, but I'm pretty sure it's $179.99.
Yes.
For 100 balls.
But if you use code KOTC, you get free shipping.
Yep. And for 100 balls, free shipping's got to be it's gonna be $30.
Yeah.
So yeah, $179.99 for 100. I mean, $1.79 a ball. It does not suck.
And it's going to last much longer than the other balls out there.
But yeah, if you're going to use them for drilling and things like that, frick. I mean, there's not a better deal than that.
Next, mod balls. We see some of you guys actually using our code to test these out. We love it. We hope you're enjoying it. Mod balls is great. It gives you a little bit more energy throughout the day. You don't only need to take it during pickleball matches or training. You can take it throughout your normal work week, give you that extra clean boost of energy. Yeah. Mod balls are incredible.
Real quick about mod balls. I ran into Ammon.
Oh, nice. One of the founders of Mod Balls.
Nice. Yeah, well, he was actually playing pickleball.
Okay.
So here's what I'm going to do is I'll be at TOC. So anyone's coming to TOC, this will air before then. I'll bring some Mod Balls. You want to try them? You want to test them out? I'll have them with me.
You better not have them in your pockets. They're going to get all sweaty.
You have to reach in my pockets and get them. But yes, I will bring.
Do not reach in Jimmy's pockets, anybody.
I'll have some Mod Balls. Okay. I'll figure it out.
All right. Awesome. Last and not least, we got Vulcan. We love Vulcan.
Yeah.
They're coming out with their new 700 series lineup, which will be August 24th, I believe. And somebody asked me personally what Vulcan paddle has the most spin. This paddle will by far have the most spin. Well, the 700 series will have the most spin on them. And so check those out. Use code KOTC at vulcansportinggoods.com for, I don't even know the discount. I think it's 10 or 15% off plus free shipping, I believe.
So I just sold a Vulcan 930.
Hey, let's go. Somebody. Get you that commission.
Here's the best part is he's had it for a week or so now.
And is up 0.5 level.
Yeah, I mean, he clearly went from a 4.0 to a 5. I mean, it's wild. But what he told me was he said that it hits just as hard as any paddle he's had. Has just as much power. But the spin and the control, he said, is better than any paddle he's ever played. So
I did like that 930. I played with it for a long time.
Yeah.
It felt great with the touch. And so
he
that's a great
loves
option if you guys are looking for paddles.
Yeah. So he loves it. And like I said, it was definitely a very, very high review on that. I mean, he's probably going to buy 5 more. He's that guy. So
anyways, thank you to our sponsors. This show would not be possible without them. Please consider supporting them. It supports them and us. All right, Jimmy.
Yeah. So
how was the weekend?
It was good. Wasn't a huge pickleball weekend. Like,
a little bit slow.
Like kind of slow. The APP St. Louis. I don't know what the full title name is, but we'll just call it the St. Louis Open. Okay. I don't even know what the full title was. So that was this weekend. I'm going to talk about this again because I think it's the dumbest thing in the world in 2023. But the APP did not stream the first 2 days.
No.
How can you not? I mean, you can't set up a cell phone and freaking go Facebook Live. Like, you can't, like, you have a YouTube channel.
What do you think the reasoning is behind it? Is it financial or is there something else?
Bro, I don't know. Unless they don't want to, I have no idea. Unless they don't want you to see how bad the quality of play can be. But honestly, I don't know. That's the thing. And you can't, like, the APP does this thing, Next Gen, okay? And Next Gen is a huge deal. They just took a ton of people to England?
And I believe they paid for everything for them.
Yeah. So they took them to the English Open. They took them to England. You were able to stream some of those matches in England. Mm-hmm. And they're trying to promote this next generation of players, right? Mm-hmm. Ali Phillips and Riley, I think it's Bonert. Is that how you say it? Bonert?
Yeah.
Bonert?
Something like that.
I don't know. Richard Livernice Jr. All these young, Spencer Lanier, young up-and-coming players. They're trying to promote them. They're trying to, it's smart for them because all the top-level established players are going PPA right now.
Yeah.
Right? So it's smart for them to promote these up-and-comers to get them essentially.
The only question I have is I agree with your assessment. I agree that's what they're doing, but what happens at the next step? Are these players signing contracts with them? Because when they get better, I mean, as you just said, most of the players are moving over to the BPA. And so
we've seen it. And
it's like he's raising them up to get to this next level.
Yeah.
And then they switch ships.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I don't know. Do you sign them to these contracts, 3-4 year contracts? I don't know what that looks like. But the point is you're trying to hype these players up and you're trying to talk about this as the next generation. Well, then you can't even stream their matches. Mm-hmm. Like, that's wild to me. Like, if you want to hype them up and you want people to get attached to them, you want people to start following them, stream their freaking matches.
Yeah,
that's not hard. So they didn't stream singles.
Okay.
In fact, not only did they not stream singles, they didn't even show the men's gold singles final.
It was on a side court too.
On a side court in the parking lot with taped lines. Yeah. So shout out Hunter Johnson, big win. Yeah. Which again isn't shocking. And then they ended up showing Saturday and Championship Sunday.
Yeah. Which I thought they were only doing Sunday, but I turned on Saturday and there was
so they showed Saturday. So I mean, we'll recap it, but I don't know how much time we want to spend on it when they can't even.
I mean, I would just. Were there any matches that were interesting to you?
Yeah, so I think Nunnery and D'Escu not winning gold, I think, is a shock to a lot of people.
They lost early, but they did come back through.
They came back and then they ended up losing. Actually, got to the third game of the gold medal, and they lost to Andre Mick, who we love. Andre Mick. He's an X Games. He should be in the X Games. Like, he looks like an X gamer. And then CJ Klinger.
He was fired up. I saw him punching his paddle a couple times.
Yeah, he's playing well.
Which hurts way more than a tennis racket, by the way.
And then CJ Klinger, who, truthfully, he's like 17. Kid's going to be like 6'9" by the time he hits puberty. Like, literally, he is massive, tall.
Yeah.
Where's his dad's hand-me-downs on the court? Like, Larry just... He looks like a kid that comes from a family of like 9, right? And he's got to like fight for table scraps to eat. But he's become a good player. He's a good lefty.
I think he's been a good player for the past 2 years or so.
I mean, he's okay. I think he's getting better.
Is he challenger level?
Yeah, he got drafted in challenger.
Because he was challenger last season.
Yeah, he was challenger last season, got redrafted in challenger this season. I can't remember who drafted him. Was the Hard Eights? Maybe that was last. I don't know. But CJ Klinger and Andre Mick, they ended up beating D'Escu and Nunnery. That's a good win for them.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a really good win. And then Martin Emmerich and Jack Foster took bronze.
Did you watch that match?
The bronze match?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I don't know if
You mean the Emirates Foster versus?
Yeah, I just turned it on and Martin was
so,
worse than Tyson with his shirts.
Yes. So I did. Yeah, you're talking about earlier when they showed him. Yeah. He was drenched.
Dripping.
Absolutely dripping.
Drip.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was when they played, I think, Sincola and Wyatt Stone.
Maybe.
Yeah, they played Sincola and Stone and they beat him. I think it was in the quarters, maybe the semis, and he was drenched.
Yeah.
The other thing is, speaking of Sincola and Stone, they beat Hunter and Yates Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good win for them.
Uh-huh.
I think so. And then I don't even know who these guys are, so maybe you can help me here. The Johnsons then lost to Nicholas Acevedo and Will Howells.
I have not heard those names.
Yeah, neither has anybody else. So that's a bad loss. That's a rough loss. You can't lose those matches.
Unless they're the next big thing.
Maybe. I don't know. The other surprise, I mean, Brendan Long and Stefan Avernay, they lost to Emmerich and Foster.
What round? Just in the back?
In the quarters. Okay. And then they lost to Casey Cullen and Ryler Dehart in the back draw. I think just right before the bronze medal match. So I don't know. I kind of expected them to do a little bit better, but shout out Mick and Klinger. Good win. Klinger is literally going to be like a 6'11". Yeah. He's going to have to decide basketball.
I remember when he was, I don't know, maybe 12 or 13, just pretty little out there running around playing singles.
Yeah. He still wears that same Ohio State hat from back then. Yeah. Like, it looks like it's never been washed.
Good luck hat.
Yeah. But hey, here's a story. So anybody listen, last time I talked about something that we didn't have footage of, we got footage of it. Pessa Teoni.
Oh yeah.
And Austin Gridley.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess they were up. The story that I was told is they were up 6-0.
Okay.
In a backdraw match. Okay. And he got in an argument with the ref.
Peso did?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it became like a full-on FU meltdown, screaming match, him and the ref, to the point where the ref forfeited them out of the match. Uh-huh. And maybe there was a paddle toss. So we need details on that for sure.
And what started it from what you've heard? It was a line call, right?
It was a line call that was allegedly like not even close, and the ref overturned it.
Yeah. Do you remember Peso in Vegas with the Lasso Boys?
Yes. Yeah.
So for anyone out there, don't get in fights with Peso.
Listen, Pesa's Polynesian, okay? Us in Utah, we know how the Polys roll, right? And yeah, Pesa doesn't play.
Super nice.
Nicest guy in the world.
Nicest guy, but just don't
piss him off.
Yeah, just don't make him mad.
Yeah, if you make him mad, he will absolutely kill you, like literally. But he was pissed, and so they ended up forfeiting.
Yeah.
And they got booted.
Yeah.
Which is wild. And like we know Austin Gridley really well.
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine Austin Gridley's face? Like, he's probably sitting there just dumbfounded. Like,
what shirt was he wearing?
Oh, probably the Dwight Schrute
Star Wars.
Star Wars. Here's a funny Austin Gridley story, okay? He was playing, for those that don't know Austin Gridley, nobody trained harder than that guy for probably 18 months to try and become a pro. I think we were at Red Rock. I think it was PPA Red Rock. He was in the middle of like his fourth match of the day, right? And no, it's Vegas. And he had driven all through the night. Mm-hmm. He didn't have a hotel room.
Okay.
He drove and he was sleeping in his car. Okay. He was in the middle of like his fourth match of the day. It's like 110 degrees. And I walk over by this building and he's sitting on the ground, legs crossed, and he's eating an entire Little Caesars pizza and drinking an entire 2-liter of Dr. Pepper. That's what he did mid-match. Like,
lunch of champions.
Absolutely just and he ate it all.
Yeah.
And then went back and played. And I was like, dude, my stomach hurts just watching you right now. So that's Gridley. That's the Gridler.
That boy, your fan favorite, Dirty Jeff, is going to say your eyes are lighting up as soon as you talk about Little Caesars.
He's got some stupid comment. That dude's a clown, honestly. Anybody that uses like, if you're going to make memes and you're going to do stuff anonymously, then that's cool. Do you? But if you're going to not use your real name and then be personal and call people out, like that's a clown move. Anyways,
any other matches?
No, I mean, like I said, it's really tough to like get excited about it when the APP doesn't even get excited about it. You know,
I was watching on and off, but I did not have the volume up. But apparently, the volume or the commentators, there was something going on with the side noise or something like that. It was just kind of difficult to hear.
So the commentators, I guess, were so close to the court that the players could hear everything they were saying.
Gotcha.
And they were talking midpoint.
Gotcha.
AJ McCord, you know her. And it was Dom.
Yeah.
And they were talking midpoint.
Yeah.
And she like she's just a score caller. Like she's not going to break anything down. She's not going to analyze anything. She literally just sits there to call the score. But like, yeah, she was talking like, it was just weird. And like,
that's one of, I would say, the biggest pet peeves of players is in the beginning, PPA had that same issue is they'd have the commentators on the other side of the court and you could hear what they were saying a lot of the times. And
so if I commentate,
the Badger was there commentating a couple of times and the players, it just
respecting that.
respecting that.
So if I commentate, you're saying I shouldn't talk midpoint?
Well, just don't be 2 feet away from the court. You can,
yeah, you got to put them in a different spot, right?
Yeah.
Because honestly, like that's what makes it fun.
Yeah.
Like if you watch like this exciting point and then all of a sudden it's over and then all of a sudden the announcer's like, oh, it's like, no, you got to say like during the point, you got to hype it up during the point. Let them know what they're watching is special.
Yeah. People are pretty critical though. So there's a very fine balance, which I'm sure you will cross.
There's these two. So if you watch Monday Night Football, okay, there's a regular Monday Night Football broadcast and then there's the Manning broadcast. And the Manning cast is just Peyton and Eli Manning shooting the crap with each other. Once in a while they'll have guests on and they're just talking about the game a different way.
Yeah.
And then there's the one that's like if you want the announcer and you want the, typical, let me do like a Manning cast, dude. Yeah. I would slay that. Right? Then let people choose.
Yeah.
Anyways, Connor would never do that. I heard Dave Fleming is the one that calls the shots on that. So Dave, hit me up, bud.
All right. One thing I wanted to say with APP and not only APP, but other tournaments out there, I think we need better line judges. Yeah. There was one ball that I was watching in the gold medal match at APP in the mixed doubles with Diescu and Susanna Barr. Yeah. And the ball was literally a foot out. A foot out. And they ended up redoing the point, but one of the line judges on the line called it good.
Yeah.
A foot out.
No, it wasn't even close. Someone's going to pull the video of that, but it was not even close.
Like I can understand 1 to 2, maybe 3 inches. A foot?
Yeah, I know. It's wild. And like you said, and then that referee was the referee that threw out Pesa. Yeah. That's the referee. Yeah. The same one.
The one that called it or the head ref that was on the court? The head ref
that stood on the court and like puts his hand up like he's...
Gotcha.
Like, listen, refs... Here's a tip, Alan Roman, because you love to be on the screen. You're that guy that loves to get notoriety.
One thing I'll preface this is they are not paid a lot.
They are, and I agree. And but also, we don't want to know who you are.
Okay.
Like, I shouldn't know who the refs are. Like Don Stanley and Ron Ponder, okay, fine. You're the head refs. You're always all over social media, fine. But we shouldn't know who you are, right?
I mean, it's about the players. Yeah. It should be. It should be.
Onisha. Do you know Nish?
No.
Exactly. Because she's good. Because she's good at what she does.
I know who she is.
Yeah.
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 Because she's good at what she does.
Yeah.
Right?
I like her.
Yeah. Well, you should know H. You know H.
Who's H?
Howard Hepworth.
Oh, Howard. Yeah. Howard's great.
Yeah. But you don't know because, right? Exactly.
I'm better with faces.
Yeah. But that's the point is we don't want to know them.
Yeah.
I don't want to know who you are. Like freaking NBA Scott Foster. Everybody knows Scott Foster because he sucks. Because he's a clown. Like we don't want to know. But he does play pickleball.
He plays pickleball.
He does play pickleball, yes. Anyways, moving on. Men's singles. Tell me if you know. Let me quiz you if you've ever played against any of these 3 players, okay?
Okay.
I'm sure you've played against.
I haven't played singles in a minute.
Okay, so Hunter Johnson won gold.
Okay.
Have you ever played against Hunter?
One time.
Okay. Yeah. How'd you do?
It was not good. It was after I beat Ben Johns last.
Oh, that's
Cincy.
right. It was right after.
Yeah, and he destroyed me. Destroyed me. It wasn't even close. Yeah.
That's right. But you were gassed.
I was gassed, but I mean, he's a good player. But I was thinking I was going to have like an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. They put me on like 20 to 30 minutes afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
But he's a great player.
Yeah.
Singles.
So he won gold. Jonathan Medina Alvarez.
I know the name. I haven't played him.
So he won silver. Mm-hmm. And then Christopher Haworth.
So I've seen him play,
yeah,
and he actually played Ben Johns really close, and I thought he was good. And then I followed some of his results, and there were some of them that he just lost first or second round.
Really? Yeah, it's interesting how it happens in singles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he ended up winning bronze. So those are the men's singles that they did not care enough to even put him on a freaking main match.
Dominique, gold.
Yeah, so women's Dominique Schaefer.
Yeah.
Yeah, your girl Dominique.
Yeah.
Dominique Schaefer decided to quit chasing the Hollywood lights. She's kind of insta famous. And she goes out and she comes through the back draw and beats Salome.
Yeah.
Dude, she pickled her the first game. Mm-hmm. Almost pickled her the second game. It ended up being 11-4, but she was rolling. Mm-hmm. And then third game, I think it was 7 or 8 to 1 at one point. She was just on fire. And then I think Salome cut it a little closer. I think it ended up being like 12 or something.
A lot of people I know say that her and Paris resemble each other.
Dominique and Paris?
Do you see that?
I can see it a little bit. Yeah, I can see it a little bit. So Dominique, I think Dominique is a great singles player. But I don't think that she plays a lot of pickleball. I think she is now. But I don't think, I mean, she even told me this, like when we were in New York, right? She was at that dinner that night. And I don't think she was playing a ton. And then she said that she really wanted to start focusing on it more.
Yeah.
And I think she was the last pick of the Challenger draft by the Smash, Florida Smash. Rhett Meyer took her. Makes sense. And she's been focusing on it. And like, I mean, you see her results. She just won a gold medal APP. Now, Paris wasn't there. Paris didn't play. But Salome is no slouch.
Yeah.
That's not a bad win. I mean, Salome's been in the Hamptons all summer partying, but
has she?
Yeah, she literally has like been in the Hamptons. Not like what pickleball player has money to kick it in the Hamptons all summer, right? Besides Ben Johns. So yeah, that was a good win for her. And then do you know who Jessica Warren is? She won the bronze. Well, these are all people that need to get on that radar for that Challenger League. So and then women's doubles. Actually, let's go mixed doubles really quick. Mixed doubles, no surprise. So Paris and Hunter have kind of been rolling through a lot of the time in mixed. Daescu obviously has had a lot of success. So Susanna Barr and Andre Daescu beat Paris and Hunter in the finals.
Yep.
I think they lost the first game and then they ended up winning the next two. So that's a good win. I mean, Daescu's the APP king right now. He, other than in men's doubles, because him and Nunnery lost, but
okay.
But yeah, they had a good showing. I mean, and then Brendan Long and Bobby Oshiro took the bronze. So, I mean, I would say that if you had to put money on the mixed doubles, you would have those three in some order.
Sure.
Right? Like if someone said Tyler, $1,000.
Yeah.
That's probably your top three. So no surprises. Women's doubles. Women's doubles was interesting. So Megan Fudge Bar, and Susanna Barr. My girl Pisnik, we're going to call them Team Pislicks. Pisnik and Alex Trong had them on the ropes. They had them on the ropes in game 2. They had them on the ropes in game 3.
What, winners final, semis?
Semis.
Okay.
They had them, I think, 9-5 in game 2. They had them 9-3 in game 3. And, the savvy vets just kind of grinded out points and came through. But just as a Black Bears GM, I'm pumped about those two. I thought they played really well. I think that
be careful what you say.
No,
everything is going to be scrutinized.
Tina Pisnik is an absolute monster. She is legit.
Yeah.
She might have some of the best hands in all of pickleball right now. I mean, her resets are insane.
Colin Johns.
She is. She's a left side Colin Johns though.
Yeah.
She's actually, versatile. So anyways, Megan Fudge, Susanna Barr get the gold. Bobby Oshiro and Millie Rain come through, back draw early, get the silver. And then Allison Harris, Andre Mick's partner. And
who was her partner?
Humberg.
Okay.
I
like bronze. Harris. She's good. She's got a lot of fire.
She is good. And she digs everything.
Yeah.
Like she literally digs so many freaking balls.
Did she have her cheering squad with her?
Well, I mean, APP doesn't show anything, so nobody knows. But the one thing I will say,
they posted like 1,000 Instagram stories, though.
Yeah,
might as well just live stream it from the phone.
Exactly. Paris does not medal, so Simone didn't play. She's hurt.
Yeah.
So Paris was looking for a partner, like literally, like Wednesday, Tuesday of last week. She was calling.
Why did she play? She should have just not played.
She should have just not played. So in fact, I know that she reached out to a couple. Anybody that wasn't a PPA Gold Card member, like that were high level players, she reached out to. And a lot of them had other commitments. But she ends up getting Eva Radzikowska, and Eva wasn't great. They just didn't play well together. Paris tried to kind of be that alpha, and she just, dude, it was a struggle. I mean, honestly, they just didn't look great.
Yeah.
So I think that's her first time not medaling in women's, which is interesting. So yeah, that's the APP St. Louis. I don't know. Like I said, there's good matches. If you want to watch pickleball, you're craving pickleball. There's nothing, there's good matches. There's good players.
Yeah.
That play,
I'm actually amazed at how many people don't know kind of the difference between PPA and APP. There are so many people in the comments. I like to scroll through them, and they're saying, "Oh, why isn't this person playing in APP?" and stuff like that. And it's just kind of amazing
where's Ben Johns? Where's that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, this is APP.
Yeah, they don't get it. The casual fans don't get it, which is kind of interesting because speaking of the casual fan I was thinking about how the PPA literally has you flipping to 42 different channels in an event, right? And I get it, right? I get that the PPA needs that because they want exposure, right? There's a guy, Saturday at 2:00 that's just flipping channels and he sees pickleball on CBS.
Yeah.
That's the guy. He's going to stop and he's going to watch, right? I get that. But then the hardcore fan who's been following from the beginning, the hardcore pickleball fan, they want YouTube.
Yeah.
They want this. They first of all, they love the comment section, but they also want to know where everything is in one place.
Yeah.
They want it nice and tidy. This is where we can watch it. So why wouldn't they? There's only if you look, they get 6,000 to 8,000 people.
Who APP?
PPA.
Okay.
Let's go
Live
PPA.
viewers?
Live viewers on YouTube. Okay. 6,000 to 8,000. That's not a huge amount. It's not a bad amount, but it's not massive.
I think they're closer to 10.
Okay. Well, even if they get 10, why wouldn't you simulcast it? Do you think that's in the contract to not?
Yeah. Are you talking about on a network and YouTube?
Have CBS and then YouTube.
That would take away from viewership for sure.
Yeah, but 10,000?
Yeah.
I mean, you think 10,000 moves a needle?
I think so.
Would you watch on YouTube or on CBS?
Well, I don't have a cable, so.
Is it still called cable?
I don't know. I only have YouTube.
You're showing your age.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. I just think that they just should. I mean, I get that they probably would never do that for contracts, but why not simulcast it?
Just diluting it. I don't know.
Yeah,
They want their focus to be on one.
Yeah, that makes sense. Anyways, moving on. TOC this week.
Yeah, this week. It starts actually a day earlier than most. So singles is on Wednesday, mixed doubles on Thursday, and then Friday is men's doubles, women's doubles. Jimmy may or may not be commentating a court. We have not heard an answer yet, so most likely not. He'll be floating around.
I'll be there, but I don't think I'm gonna. Nobody's talked to me. Nobody will. I've had a lot of people reach out to the powers that be.
It just seems like nobody's wanting to take charge.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know if they want to take charge. Maybe nobody wants to take responsibility.
Yeah.
For having
You're
me
a
do
loose
it.
cannon.
Yeah,
This will be live streamed. They can't go back and edit it out.
I know, but what's wild is Wednesday, okay? Wednesday singles, okay? That's your chance.
Yeah.
Throw me on grandstand court.
You don't want to be sitting there, though. You want to be walking around watching some matches.
Sure, yeah, but let me pick the matches.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, look for
Jimmy
me there.
will be there. He'll have some oddballs. Take some pictures with him. Take some videos.
Come say hi. I'm going to sit on Tyler's bench. I'm going to be his coach.
Yeah.
I'm also going to sit on Leia and Jesse's bench because they need some energy. I'm going to bring.
They're playing together.
Yeah.
So this is the second tournament. They play Takea. Do they have any more this year?
Yeah, I think the rest of the year is.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Oh, she might have one with.
Gotcha.
Oh, Vegas. I think Leia said she's playing with Anna Bright.
Gotcha.
But other than that, I think Jesse for the rest of them. Yeah. So I'm going to sit on their bench and bring the energy.
Yeah. You'll be the Jeff Warnick for Jesse out here.
Yeah, totally. I'm going to get her fired up. And then when you and Hayden play 100%, I'm going to throw on those knock-around sunglasses. Right? And we're going to get fired up with Hayden too. Okay? It's going to be fun.
Any crazy teams you're
so there's
excited
a lot
for?
of partnerships that I'm excited about. Okay. So let's talk about them a little bit. Zane, Navratil, and Rafa.
Okay. That's been one that's played before.
It has played before, but I just feel like that's a team that could do really well or could be two in a barbecue.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, one in a barbecue
One
now.
in a barbecue now. Well, yeah. Yeah, I just think that that's a team that has talent and they could get hot and they could definitely push anybody. But then it's a team that it's like if you pulled up pickleball brackets and you were just not watching matches and scrolling and you saw that they went 0-1 and they were out, you probably wouldn't be super surprised.
Yeah.
But then if you saw them in the semis, you wouldn't be that surprised either.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So, Rafa, I mean, both of them can get really hot.
Yeah, they can get hot. They're talented for sure. You and Hayden, you've
and
never
Big H.
played with Big H, have you?
I don't even think I've played a rec game with him yet.
So you and Big H have never played together. Big H is stoked. Did you know Big H is? I got him a Mr. Nobody shirt.
Nice. A lot of people don't know. We actually have a online shop for merch that we're slowly adding to, but we also have a shirt, Mr. Nobody, because somebody called you a Mr. Nobody.
And you know who has asked for one of those shirts? Should we talk about this?
I don't want to. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
We don't want to bring more exposure to this person than he's
Anyways.
getting. Yeah.
Go buy them. We get commission off of it. I'll say this. We get commission. So go buy a Mr. Nobody. There's an Ernie King hat that's kind of dope. It's like a dad hat.
I think we have a King of the Court t-shirt
King
as
of the
well.
Court t-shirt. Yeah,
it's on my website, tylerleung.com, and then there's a tab that says King of the Court, and you click that, and then it has what we have available.
Yeah, go look at it. Anyways, that's cool. But yeah, you and Big H. So it's Brooklyn Aces, his teammates.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's gonna be exciting, right? Like,
yeah, super excited. I mean, the last few tournaments he's been playing lights out.
Yeah, he's playing awesome. Like, did you see that video on Instagram the other day where he was talking smack about Tyson?
The mullet?
Yeah. He brought up Eazy-E. Like Eazy-E was dead before Big H was alive. Literally, Eazy died of AIDS before Big H was even thought of.
Jeff Warnick is so happy with how he's trained Big H.
Yeah.
He said it's his son, it's his prodigy.
Do you still have the video of Warnick tossing that paddle?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think we need to post that.
Yeah.
Let's
relive that. That was a classic, instant classic.
Yeah. So yeah, dude, I think you guys could do really well.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, I think a lot of it depends on the draw.
Are you gonna play at all before? Are you gonna practice?
I'm playing, but I don't know about with him.
Are you gonna play with him? You're gonna practice?
Well, I don't know when he gets in.
He gets in Tuesday afternoon.
Oh, maybe Tuesday then.
We got a dinner date, me and Big H.
Yeah.
It's Brigham City. So I'm gonna buy him a McDouble.
Are you staying up there Tuesday night?
I don't think so. Dude, it's gonna be. I gotta go back and forth, which sucks.
Your schedule's nuts. My schedule's nuts this week.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It's a 90-minute drive for me,
I
and
know,
I think I'm gonna
just
drive back and forth like 4 times. I might stay up there like Friday night to Saturday.
No, you got to do Thursday night
Or Thursday night.
Thursday night to Friday.
I don't know. Anyways.
Any other teams you're excited for?
Yeah, dude. So a couple other ones. So Anna Bright and Hurricane Tyra.
Okay.
That's going to be fun. I mean, they trained together. First time they've played a tournament together. We obviously know Tyra is red
Anna Lee
hot.
will not be here though.
Anna Lee will not be there.
Is Catherine here?
Catherine is here.
With who?
I can't remember who Catherine's playing with actually. Is she playing with Irina? I don't remember. But Catherine is playing. She's playing with Tyson in mixed. I can't remember who she's playing in women's. So yeah, AB and Hurricane is going to be, I think that's going to be exciting. Like we said, Tyra's on fire.
Yeah.
And, we know how I feel about Anna Bright. Although I got a lot of grief for that, dude. For saying I thought Anna Bright was passing Anna Lee.
Do you regret that?
In fact, you know who told me that I was wrong?
Who?
Anna Bright. She told me I was wrong.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah,
Do you believe in her more than she believes in her?
Clearly, I believe in her. I also believe in her more than James believes in her because his exact words were, "This is coming from Anna. I don't watch women's doubles." So he's not watching. Other one that I think another team that I actually think could do really well, Connor Garnett, Christian Alshon. They could be.
I think that's a stretch, but I wouldn't be surprised.
But isn't that another one that could be like a Zane and Rafa, where if you saw them and they went 0-2, or if they went, if they won a couple games, they could be decent.
Yeah. Who plays what side though with them? Connor's on the left.
I would play Connor on the left.
Yeah.
But can Christian play the right? He's got it. Well, he's going to play the left with Newman.
That's tough.
He's going to play the left with Newman.
Yeah.
So can he?
That would be fun to watch. I like both those guys.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, I don't know. One other one. First, we got an old partnership renewing.
Who is this?
Jay Jocelyn.
And Patrick Smith. Yeah.
They're back.
What do they call him? Team model?
Yeah.
Team model?
Team model. We're going to roll up the sleeve.
Especially with Jay's new sponsor.
Yeah, Jay and Leo Rivera. And they're going to be rolling. Hey, Pat's playing well lately.
Yeah.
Last couple tournaments. I mean, he got a bronze with DJ.
I think he maybe needed a little confidence boost, and maybe he got that with one of those wins.
Yeah, let's see what happens. By the way, DJ's playing with Jilly B.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. That could be interesting.
I hope he loses his mind. I hope he absolutely loses his mind.
I've never seen him lose it on a partner during a match.
No, but I've seen him walk off.
Sure, but he'll never lose it on a partner.
That's true, but maybe this could be the time.
I like DJ as well.
And then some breaking news. I hope I can break it.
Break it.
Nunnery's pulling out.
Okay.
He's not well.
Okay.
He's injured. It's not that he's not well. He's unwell mentally. Just kidding, Rob. He's injured. So Rettenmeyer was supposed to play with Nunnery. So guess who Rettenmeyer sounds like he's going to play with?
Tell us.
His podcast co-host, Graham D'Amico.
The business guy.
The business guy.
That's funny.
What level is Graham? Do you even know?
I think he actually plays. I would imagine he's 4-5, maybe a low 5-0. I don't know. I know he played in the MLP Owners Cup or whatever it was called.
But they didn't win it.
I don't know.
How sick would that be if you got them first round?
That'd be fun.
On championship court.
Yeah.
Hayden
would do all the talking.
running his mouth. Oh, frick. Let's make that happen. And me on your bench.
You know, I don't talk unless people talk to me first.
But you're going to have to talk in that one. If that happens, you have to talk.
I would like H talk. He's been doing all the talking.
What seed do you think you're going to be with Hayden? I'm going to say you're going to be like a 7, 8.
7 to 12, somewhere in there. I don't know.
I'm going to say 7 might be high. I'm going to say you're going to be, you don't want 8, 9. Well, it doesn't matter in this one, but Riley's going to get the 1. Actually, he might not.
Who would get it?
Probably Riley, you're right. Yeah. If Riley gets the 1, who's Dylan's with the SQ?
Who's Tyson with? Tyson's got a lot of points.
Tyson's with, is he with
J-Dub? Is
no,
J-Dub?
Tyson's with Ignatovic.
Is J-Dub playing?
No, J-Dub. Huh? Dylan and Day-SQ. Tyson's with Ignatovic.
Matt Wright's not playing either. Jeez.
Matt Wright's not playing.
Yeah, so.
Riley's playing with AJ, right? Yeah. So it could be Riley and AJ.
I would imagine.
And then, I don't know. And then I think we'll see Tyson Ignatovic might get the 2.
Probably 2, yeah.
So you guys are probably going to be like a 6 or 7.
Yeah, maybe with those teams out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then one other team that I'm kind of pumped for. Well, first of all, Meg Dazon's playing with Julian Arnold, assuming she's healthy, because she's been dealing with that concussion.
She's been out for solid 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah. And then she I just saw on Instagram, she said she was still dealing with symptoms.
Yeah.
Like a week ago or a couple days ago. So hopefully she's okay. But her and Julian Arnold could be interesting. That's a team that could get hot in mixed.
Yeah.
And you're with Glosman, right?
Glosdog.
You and Glosdog.
Yeah. I'm excited. Should be fun.
Team length.
Yeah. Well, she's probably taller than me.
Yeah, but you being able to play lefty.
Yeah.
Her playing the left with your length, that could be fun.
Yeah.
Right? And then last but not least, your teammate, Koopy Nation.
Coop Nation, rise up.
Playing with my draft pick, Tina Pisnik.
Nice.
I think that's going to be a good team.
That could be good.
I think that team, I will tell you right now, that team at least makes the semis.
That's a pretty bold statement.
They're going to make the semis.
Are you going to put money on that?
Yeah, sure. What are we doing?
I don't know.
So yeah, I'm excited, dude. TOC is going to be fun. I love TOC. I think that, Brigham City's Brigham City, but I think TOC should be a fun tournament.
Okay. Real quick, we're not supposed... So since we started this podcast, we get a lot of people reaching out, mostly to Jimmy. He has a little bit more time than me. Mostly to Jimmy, telling him jokes, memes, gossip, whatever it is. They're reaching out to you or me and telling us. We had this one person. Oh man, we can't even talk about this anymore.
What?
The one story they sent to us about some of the players' behavior.
Oh yeah. We're not allowed to talk about it. But
I wanted to do a very vague thing, but I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. Last episode we talked about Alshon and Tyson, right?
Oh yeah.
And literally the second it aired, I got 5 texts saying what was said.
Yeah, and what was said?
Can we say it?
I don't know.
Allegedly, what was said is Alshon told Tyson, "Go F yourself."
At the end of the match.
At the end of the match, when Tyson said "good match," Alshon basically said, "Go F yourself."
Okay.
And then walked to his bench. And then Tyson walked around the net and kind of followed him to the bench. And then they kind of had words. And Tyson was like, dude, for real? It was a good match.
Was he saying it sarcastically or?
No, he was mad.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we've seen him, Alshon, when he loses. There's tears. It's an emotional sport. It's a sport.
Yeah.
He just lost, right? And the thing is not only did he lose, but he blew a lead. He had a chance. He had match points in that.
For the record, I actually really like Christian, and we're going to get him on the pod.
Dude, we are.
We're going to get him on the pod.
Yeah, let's talk to him. I have no problem with that as long as he's prepared to answer the tough question. Because there's a question that's looming.
What's that question?
It's just a question. I think that people want to know about other players' dating lives.
Gotcha.
That's all.
Moving on. How do you feel, Jimmy, about copycats in life in general, in sports, in life?
So-
what are your thoughts on copycats?
Listen, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Okay. And I get that. And look, dude, we are not the first podcast out there. We are not the 100th probably pickleball podcast out there. But
Though, for the record, I will state, I've been wanting to do a podcast for 3 to 4 years.
sure. And I've been wanting to do lots of things for 3 or 4 years. Right?
Continue.
Point is, I think ours is a little bit different in the sense that we were the first to break open certain things that people wouldn't touch.
Okay.
Right? We were the first to talk about some taboo subjects.
Okay.
There's been others out there that have tried to do similar things, maybe like in a blog or a newsletter, but they're hiding behind a keyboard, being anonymous, right? And it's just a little bit, I just felt like it's a little bit different. We showed our faces. We are who we are. This is who, take it or leave it. This is what we've heard. And yeah, so I feel like now that we've done that, there's a lot of other people out there doing it.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I think there's plenty of space for everyone. Like it's not a big space, but we hope it becomes a big space.
Yeah.
The problem that I have with this is when another podcast, and I'm not even going to give them any due, starts saying that I'm not giving them credit for something that they broke or that they've talked about. Okay. And the thing that they're talking about is I've mentioned, and so we just released a podcast when people are listening to this a couple of days ago, Lucy Kovalova. That was recorded
Probably a month ago.
Almost a month ago, yes. And in that podcast, we talked about a player. I won't give it away. You have to go listen to the podcast. And how her paddle sounds different. Okay? So then this other podcast comes on and says, and they're mad that I'm not giving them credit, stating that they were the first person to talk about this player's paddle sounding different. Okay? But they said that they talked about it on their podcast.
Yeah.
We recorded that before they had ever recorded a single podcast in their lives.
They did start a podcast, though.
They did, but we had recorded that with Lucy before that.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that there's people that have posted on these guys' blog way back in May. I've seen the screenshots talking about this player's paddle and how it sounds different. So let's not like pretend that and I've never listened to their podcast. Let me just be clear. I listened to the first few minutes of one episode and then I don't even know what happened. Like, I'm sure it's great. Point is, don't call somebody out and say that they're stealing your content and doing things like that. When again, it's a big space. And when there's a topic du jour, that means of the day, by the way.
Thank you. Was that French?
I think that's French. Jay taught me that, Jocelyn de Villiers. When there's a topic du jour, everybody is going, I just used it again. Everybody's going to talk about it. Yeah. That's what happens.
Yeah.
When Leia Jansen is retiring from singles, everybody's going to talk about it. Yeah. When, Ben and Annalie win their 99th Triple Crown, everybody's going to talk about it. Yeah. That's what happens. That's how this works. That's how so let's not pretend that you're, breaking, having some breaking news and you deserve all the credit in the world.
Yeah. It's news. It's going to get out there.
Yeah, exactly. It's just wild to me.
But I do think it's funny, not taking all the credit for this, but I feel like ever since we kind of started talking about a lot of these topics, these subjects, you're seeing a lot more people on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, whatever it might be. They're starting to make really bold claims and almost just kind of throw out stuff and see if it sticks. They're just trying to get clicks almost.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting to see that.
Truthfully, Tyson McMuffin might have been onto something about clout chasing.
Should we buy some followers?
Yeah, I should. I'm going to buy some followers. That guy.
By the way, we're almost up to 4,000 subs. So
subscribe, comment, rate. So yeah, I don't know. Listen, and what's crazy though is I think that everybody, and this is what happens in all things, but they start trying to one up each other, right? So we say something, and then the next person comes along, and then it's this bold, and then the next person, and then it's wait, this dude literally is calling.
Oh, by the way, we had somebody literally copy the exact name of our video. Yeah. The thumbnail, word for word.
Not only did they copy it, it's in the same font. They just changed the color from blue to red. And it's the same font and it's word for word. And it's not like it's PPA Seattle Or like,
Are they just trolling us?
They might. They might be. They literally. So listen. I mean, we can say what episode it was. It was Our Pickleball Players, Real Athletes.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's like
everyone's going to go search it now and find that other video.
That's fine. You'll get them. They'll be up to 300 views after you watch it. But the thing that's funny about it is they copied it. Literally, the headline, the thumbnail, everything is identical. Everything's the same except they went red and we went blue.
Yeah.
And theirs came out 3 weeks after ours, and we have 10 times more than that, the views of them, because we're actually entertaining. But the point is like, that's fine, go for it. But like that was wild to me.
That's the epitome of copying.
Yeah, because that's not even like a subject that's like, like you couldn't even come up with that yourself, right? Yeah. That's something that's what's crazy. Yeah. Anyways, whatever, do you like go for it? Like I said, people are gonna love us, people are gonna hate us. We're gonna keep it 100 all the time. I heard I'm getting weak and soft, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, you're not as bombastic as you used to be.
So, but honestly, I'm not as bombastic because there's not as much controversy lately. Someone go peen a plant, please.
But I will say, some of these players that you've called out in the past, they hate you to begin with. And then all of a sudden, the tables start to turn a little bit and they start messaging you. They start wanting stuff. They start wanting to come on the show. They start tweeting at you. And so it's kind of interesting how that works.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't think I'm ever being malicious. Mm-hmm. I don't think I'm ever trying to there's people that I obviously can't stand. And maybe that clouds my judgment at times. There's a whole list. So go back and watch every episode. And maybe that clouds my judgment at times. Like, I literally don't think Colin Johns I think he's terrible at mixed. Right? And I just think that he gets carried by his brother. It is what it is. That's okay for me to feel that way. Whenever you put him with somebody else, he's very average. He's very mid. He did play okay with Deckel at PPA Red Rock. I'll give him credit for that. But yeah, I just don't think he's great. But there's people that love him, and that's fine. That's okay. Right. And, I don't think that, obviously me and Tyson don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. Mm-hmm. I think Tyson thinks that he is super famous. I think he thinks that he is literally like uber famous. Like he is Brad Pitt. Yeah. And he's famous to the pickleball community. Yeah. Which is great. Good for him. Like, he's built a good brand, but it's still like, trust me, that like someone sent me a video, by the way. Here's a funny story of him. I shouldn't say this. He's walking through maybe I mentioned this. He's walking through the airport and his wife's carrying this big, huge, massive, like Louis Vuitton or Gucci bag, massive, heavy. And he's just walking behind her with nothing in his hands. Right? Like, and I don't know why, but that made me laugh.
That would be me.
That made me laugh. Anyways, it is what it is, but yeah.
All right, moving on. So last topic we're going to talk about before questions is, hopefully this is short, MLP. Have you heard of any changes coming up for season 2 or in the future?
So I heard a rumor out there that it's very possible that, am I going to get in trouble for this?
I don't know. Let's just phrase it. Say, would you guys, what do you think if MLP made these changes?
Yeah. If MLP got rid of the freeze, how would you feel?
That would be very interesting. I think it would be more of a benefit to the underdog team. I would think.
Yeah, I would think so too. So you still win on your serve. But
isn't that the freeze? You have to win on your serve?
Yeah, but you wouldn't freeze it 18, 19, 20. So the underdog team.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
You still have to win on your serve, but the underdog team never freezes.
Gotcha.
So they actually, if it's 20-17, right? Every point you miss on your serve, like they're getting a point all the way up to 20.
Yeah, I think it would benefit the underdog team.
Yeah, for sure, because they're not freezing at 18 now. Yeah, I think so too.
So that would be crazy if that came into play.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
Are there any other things that you would be interesting if they were to come into MLP? Any changes?
No, I mean, I think the other thing is I think that they need to raise rally scoring 25 points.
To 25 points, okay. That would be interesting. Not 30 or 31?
I think 25 is a good, solid number because I think that...
Do you think that's like just right, or do you think that's too low or too high?
I think it's just right because I think that 25 makes it more like, look, dude, the better team... Like, the higher you go, the better chance of the better team winning.
Agreed.
In my opinion.
Agreed.
right? And I think that 25 is just that right number. I mean, if you went 30, 31, I mean, you probably eliminate all upsets.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to get hot against if you're the inferior team, it's easy to get hot to 21, especially rally scoring. Like we just played the other day and we did like an MLP format. There was 8 of us. We did like a blind draft, right? And we did MLP format. And yeah, the inferior team, what's funny is even at like the levels that I'm playing at, right? I mean, even at like 4, 5, 5-0 levels, literally it's 16-16.
Yep. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Almost every game, unless it's a complete blowout. Yeah. But even then, it's like
and
21,
at one point, like
8.
there's 2 5-0s playing 2 4-0s, and it still got to 16-16 before they ended up, pulling away 21-16. But it's just wild how that works. You just don't see major blowouts. So yeah, I'd love to see that. We've talked about that before. But other than that, yeah, I mean, if they got rid of the freeze, I think that would make things really exciting.
Okay. If they did.
If they did. We don't know.
No idea.
One other thing that's really funny real quick about MLP, that we think is funny, is they might have had the greatest team in MLP history, the Seattle Pioneers, last season with you, Ben. Obviously, you didn't win the super final, but you, Ben, Megan, and Etta. Okay. Mm-hmm. You guys won 2 championships, got to the super finals. And they just created a Facebook page or an Instagram page.
I saw that.
They just barely created an Instagram page. You guys never met your owner, right?
No.
They didn't give you anything.
No.
You just kind of showed up and played.
Yeah.
And they just barely created an Instagram page. So good for them. Yeah. Good job. Welcome to 2023 Pioneers.
Season 2.
But maybe that's why they're called the Pioneers, because they're behind on everything.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, so, I saw that. I thought that was pretty funny.
That was funny. That made me laugh.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about?
No. Questions? We have questions?
Yeah, we don't have that many questions. So as long as we have under 20-ish questions, we normally get through them. Once we start getting up to the 50 or so, then we might
got wild
pick
questions.
And choose. All right.
Let's see if I have any questions.
Okay.
So you go.
Why are new MLP Premier League players still playing in APP? This is kind of what I talked about. People still don't know the difference between PPA, APP. So there's just players that are signed to the PPA and they cannot play in the APP.
Yeah.
This one is actually good. Very interesting. Tyler said he was top 7 skill player. If you were a righty, do you think this would change? So if I was righty, do you think my talent, what I believe myself, do you think I would still be in the top 7?
I think talent-wise, yes, but I think that you would be less valuable.
Okay.
As a righty. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because I think that you would, because my belief is that we know who the number 1 male is. I think that the number 2 is pretty inarguable as well right now.
Yeah, I would say the 2 through 4 are fairly close.
Yeah, I would say
it's all a toss up, but
yeah, we know that. I mean, let's rank. We'd go Ben, Riley,
J-Dub, Dylan, Matt.
Yeah, it'd probably be your 5, right? Say we take those 5. Then if I think 6 through 12 is pretty interchangeable. 6 through 13, I think that you could throw in a lot of guys in that spot.
Yep.
But I think what makes you more valuable as a partner is that you're a lefty. So I think that you could be a 7, but you could be 13
well, I think
as a righty.
It's my ability to earny.
Well, yeah.
So if I'm able to still earny on the right like I am on the left, then that puts the pressure.
Would you be right? You want to play the right, but
I'd be playing left if I was righty.
You think?
Oh, yeah. Because I'd be earning. It's the same thing, just on the opposite side.
Yeah, but would you be able to play with one of those top 5 guys? They wouldn't have you playing on the left.
If I was able to earning like that, maybe.
Who would let you play the left? Riley?
Maybe Dylan.
Yeah, okay, Dylan probably would. J-Dub wouldn't.
I don't know.
Ben's not going to let you play at all. You would be Colin 2.0.
I don't know. That's a very intriguing question.
Did you practice righty?
No, I'm awful. Ben Johns, we actually played, and we played with the offhand, and he's ambidextrous, so it doesn't count.
Well, I saw a video of him. It was him and Tina Pisnik playing Lacey Schneeman and Leia Jansen.
There's some players.
And he was so good lefty. Yeah. He played lefty.
There's some players who are really good with their offhand, and then there's some who are just horrendous.
Why do you think? Here's my question. So, like someone that's legit ambidextrous, why wouldn't he switch hands? Although his backhand,
I think no matter
so
what, there's going to be a strength and a weakness. No matter what, even if you are true ambidextrous, you're going to have one side that's stronger.
That's true. It's hard to work them both. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. Yeah. Great question. Do you have an alias on YouTube chat or Discord?
Do you?
Do I?
I don't know. You tell me.
I do have one on YouTube.
You do?
I do.
What is it?
I can't say. I don't get on. I hardly get on. Yeah.
I myself, my name is my name on everything. Yeah.
Okay. Someone said, does Lucy dislike ALW?
I mean, I don't ever want to speak for somebody, but
We had her on the pod. Go listen to it.
Go listen to the pod, and she definitely explains. How about this? She explains where the finger wag came from.
I don't know if it did. It might have gotten cut out.
Oh, really?
Maybe.
Okay, well, if you
I don't know.
haven't-
I was in and out of the premiere.
Okay, well, if you haven't heard it on the pod, she explains where the finger wag came from, and the finger wag came from. I can say it, right?
Yeah.
Came from a match with her and Lee Waters
In Atlanta.
in Atlanta. She said that there was just a lot of chatter back and forth, I believe. There's just a lot of talking. And she said that she hit this winner and she just kind of went to the net and did like this kind of like laughing, like funny finger wag thing. And I guess Lee got pissed and was like, really? Like, and got mad at her for wagging her finger. And that's kind of where the Lucy finger wag not today came from. The not today came from Jigsaw, but then they kind of put them together. And I think that may have started a little bit of a rivalry between.
Which is funny because Lucy said she
Lucy and
doesn't have any enemies or anything like that. Rivalries are great for the
We
sport.
love rivalries, dude. I want a rival. Who should my rival? Who's our podcast rival? This guy? Is that our podcast rival?
No, it's not a rival. It has to be
That's like a one-sided rivalry. Yeah, that's true.
I'd like it to be the Dink, but I actually like those guys.
I know, but could we beat Thomas and Zane, me and you?
In pickleball?
Yeah.
Depends on a couple.
Bro, I don't miss a drop. You know that. I will not miss a drop.
You're missing every drop you
I
get.
won't miss a drop. Okay, keep going.
All right, somebody said, do all Pro XR medals have asterisks or do other paddle companies need to up their grit? So there's been, I don't know about rumors, but a lot of people have been complaining or testing a lot of the Pro XR paddles because they think they're illegal.
Yeah, too much spin, too
so
gritty.
do those paddles have asterisk if they
I
win
mean, they're
medals?
passing at this point, right? They're not taking them away. They're passing. I do know, though, that when Connor Garnett was playing Ben Johns in singles, there was we'll call not a player, but someone who's connected to players, complaining to some PPA officials about Connor Garnett's paddle.
Gotcha.
But I think they're passing at this point, right?
Yep.
I don't think there's any. I mean, they're still using them. Andre Mick used it today.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're still using them. But is there something to it when you see, like.
For me, it's not. I'd much play against somebody who has a D-Lam paddle or a gritty paddle versus a white paddle.
I played with someone the other day. They had a delaminated paddle. It was
How do you know?
Dude, the sound off that thing, it was a carbon.
Okay.
That ball was.
Poppy?
Oh my gosh.
Flying?
She was hitting the ball harder than every dude there.
Okay.
Her serve was heavy. Like, it was heavy.
Okay.
Just ripping. But
Were they staying in or just flying?
she could not control it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Anytime you would speed her up in the kitchen, it was flying out the back.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But it was like it was 100%. I mean, the sound of that thing was wild.
Yeah.
Anyways.
How long do you think it will take to get more women playing at the pro level?
I think we're seeing it, right? I mean, we look at our APP. So this is what I mean. What you've kind of mentioned, the APP Next Gen, they're bringing a lot of good women into the sport. There's a lot of young, especially like Utah, right? We have Allie Phillips here. We have Dylan.
Yep.
We have a lot of good young players that are coming into the sport. I mean, we have probably four of the top 9 players in the world within 18
we have Elise,
miles.
Etta, Callie.
Yeah.
Megan.
Yeah, we have like literally four of the top 9 women in the world live within 10 minutes of each other. And we're starting to see it, but I just don't think that it's coming as a rapid of a pace as the men.
Yeah, I would agree. I think it's a slow progression with the exposure, with more money, with better venues, better tournaments. Everything's going to play into this. I would imagine in maybe 2 years, I think we'll see some serious players come in.
And one thing is pickleball is a grind, right? We've talked about this. We talked about it with other players. We talked about it last week. It's a grind. Yeah. And so you've got to really be committed to making that grind and deciding that that's what you want to do, male or female. It doesn't matter. That's not gender specific. Yeah. And so I think that there's actually probably good players out there that could make a run at the pro level that are choosing not to.
Yeah, I agree. And I was talking to some guy about this today, and he said it's similar with LeBron. The only difference is he's spending $3 to $5 million on recovery.
Yeah.
Us players, we don't have $3 to $5 million to spend on recovery.
$3 to $5 and hoping to get some free Medically or whatever it's called, right? And some Jigsaw Health and some whatever.
This one dude from here, he said, when did Jimmy realize he had a big mouth? High school?
Oh, dude.
Junior high?
No, like I was born with it.
Born?
Yeah, dude. I've been talking smack since I was born. I've always been pretty good at that.
Have you guys ever thought of just making fun videos on the court, maybe a special edition? We have, and we're planning on doing that in the next couple of weeks.
I think maybe we did, but we went to a local park once and we didn't film it because we just wanted to test it out.
Yeah.
And there's all these college kids there.
Yeah.
And they didn't know who we were. And
Well, some of them did. Which
that kind of hurt. But we showed up with these like cheap old school paddles.
Yeah.
And we started playing games and kind of running our mouths. And I think the first game we won 11-0.
Yeah.
And then, we were just kind of, but the problem is then we're getting ready to leave and this girl runs over and she's like, Tyler, my brother loves you. And he just wants to play one game against you, please. And then she's like,
Tyler, they almost beat us. Oh my gosh.
Then she goes, Tyler, you play with me. She got to be 3-0 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was solid. He was good.
He was 4-5, 5-0.
Yeah. So it was me and him against you and her.
Yeah.
And I think it ended up being like 12-10. And but that's the problem. And so I don't know, we got to figure out like a disguise or something, but that would be funny to go.
Yeah. We wanted to do it. We have a bunch of ideas. Just being able to execute them and do them is a little different.
Yeah, we'll do something though.
All right. Somebody said, who wins, Annalie Waters and Anna Bright versus Tyler and Jimmy? I would go with the first option, Annalie and Anna Bright. I don't have faith in you right now.
Dude, we would smash them. We would 100% smash them.
How? Who are you hitting to?
It doesn't matter. Either one. I would overpower both of them.
They would body bag you too many times.
First of all, did you see Anna Bright's tweet about maybe if you would have practiced sooner, she wouldn't have got body bagged?
Well, do you see somebody else's response to that? That was pretty good.
I didn't see it.
They said, looked like you had your hands down as per usual or something like that.
Oh, that's funny. Listen, though, you and I would beat Annalie Waters and Anna Bright.
Maybe to 1 point.
Tyler, if we didn't, that reflects more on you than it does me. Okay?
Okay. Somebody said, thoughts on, this is from a low pro. They said, thoughts on pro pickleball tournament fees, costs create segregation of who can become a pro.
You just called someone a low pro.
I think they wouldn't disagree, but I'm not saying who it is.
Okay. The cost to play PPA, if you're not a PPA Gold member, is outrageous.
Yeah.
Was it $400?
If you're playing all the events,
all the events.
It's probably more than that if you're playing all the events.
That's outrageous.
Well, not only that, but you have to factor in airfare.
Oh, yeah, let's travel.
Time away from home that you could be teaching or doing something else, food. Yeah.
My guess is if you're not a Gold member, most likely, too, this isn't your full-time gig.
True.
So, but that's what I mean. So the cost is like you're probably taking time off work. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot. I agree.
So what's the remedy for that? What's the solution? Will PPA ever get rid of all the costs for these newcomers?
No,
so how do these newcomers break into the scene? APPs?
You got to play APPs. That's why you see them playing APPs.
Yep.
But this is what I said all along. I said this 2 years ago. The APP needs to embrace being the freaking minor leagues. Mm-hmm. Embrace being the AAA for the PPA. Mm-hmm. And they need to embrace that. And then they need to come together, come to an agreement. And then you send all these freaking young up and comers to the APP.
But even APP tournaments, I think, are fairly expensive as well.
But you got to figure that out. Yeah. But then you send them to the APP, and then the PPA can call them up, right? Just like you do in other sports, you call them up for the minors, you call them off the bench, whatever you want to do, and then let the APP be the young next gen breeding grounds, right, for the PPA. And then the thing, I mean, I think that would be sweet. And then honestly, maybe the PPA caps players in tournaments, and then maybe you relegate.
Yeah.
And then you bring them up.
That'd be cool. Like for 6 or for 3 months, it's these players. And then at the end of the,
And then that kind of how MLP does, at the end of it, then, and then you relegate.
I like that. I fully agree.
Get new blood in there.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be seeing the same freaking matchups over and over and over.
Yeah. But that's a very, not hot topic, but just something that a lot of people don't even consider when playing these pro tournaments is the very high costs associated with them.
But Ken Herman and Connor Pardo, they got to hate each other, right?
I don't think they're on best of
Who
terms.
has more money? Is Herman like just loaded?
Herman?
Yeah.
Not that I'm aware of. I got to go with Pardo.
Doesn't he look like a Herman? Like his first name should be Herman?
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways.
All right, moving on. Bang It Pickleball, which they're great. I like them.
Bro, Bang It's great. They send
Have you talked to him?
Oh, yeah. They send me funny stuff all the time.
Do you know who it is?
No. Who is it?
It's well, it's not kid, but he's like 16 or 17, I think.
Really?
I think so. I think I met him.
Bro, he messages me all the time. He's awesome.
Yeah, I like him. He said, "When will I, Bang It Pickleball, get to play singles with Jimmy?"
Dude, anytime. Let's do it. Bro, I didn't know that, really.
I think so. There's a couple that have similar names, but I
Okay,
think
well, Bang It's a stud, dude. Like we talk back and forth all the time.
All right, somebody else said, "Can Lucy orchestrate a Matt Wright and Tyler Lung partnership?" Funny you say that. I was actually in talks with him fairly recently about a couple tournaments, but it didn't work out. I had partners for them, but I've played with him a couple times, and I think it works out well with me being left-handed and he's on the left side.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I like Matt. Really good hands, good speed ups.
Yeah, Matt loves Tyler, by the way.
I like Matt. He's a down-to-earth guy.
Yeah, Matthew Wright, Esquire. He was in YouTube chat once.
Matt Wright?
Yeah, defending Lucy in
YouTube chat or the Facebook?
YouTube chat. Defending Lucy in like a tournament. And his name was so official. It was Matthew Wright. And it was just so funny. Like,
Oh, man.
he was so official about it. So,
All righty. Yeah. Anything else?
No, dude. I mean, I think it's going to be an exciting week,
Yeah.
especially here in Utah. I think that it's nice to have PPA tournament back after having a week off. Hopefully some of these players are refreshed, because I felt like Takea, it just seemed like a lot of people were gassed.
Yeah, well, we needed that break, but next few weeks is pretty go as well. We have this TOC this week, KC, Kansas City the following week, and then there might be a week in between that, and then I believe Cincinnati.
And then MLP Atlanta, right?
And then MLP Atlanta, yeah.
Yeah, who are you playing Cincinnati with?
Alshon, and I believe a new girl, Rihanna Valdez.
Oh, okay, Rihanna Valdez. Yeah, she's tough.
Yeah.
By the way, if any females, look at me here, female pros need a mixed partner for Cincinnati. Not me. It's not me. My dog, Big H, is looking for a mixed partner.
He's still looking?
Yeah, at least he was last time. He asked me if I knew anybody. So
Man, you are plugging him everywhere.
So I'm going to plug Big H that if you need a mixed partner, you can play with Hayden. I mean, I promise you that if you don't have a mixed partner for Cincinnati by now, chances are he's the best you're going to get.
All right. Once again, thank you to our sponsors for sponsoring this episode. To our title sponsor, Pickler. Go to picklershop.com for your next paddle. Whatever it might be, they have them all. I promise you that. Use code KOTC to save a little bit and support us.
Pickler Shop carries Vulcan, right?
They do. They carry Vulcan, Yola, Paddletech, Onyx, everything. Yep. Next, our long-time standing sponsor, Crown Pickleball.
Crown.
His hat.
Crown.
Check him out. Go order a 100-pack. 100-pack is going to be by far the best value for you.
Spread them out to your community.
Yeah.
Get the word out there.
Get them out everywhere. And then mod balls. We love mod balls. They are truly delicious and they are healthy. Use code KOTC at modballs.com. You'll love them. If you're at TOC, make sure to go up to this guy. Do not reach in his pockets, but ask him for mod balls, and he'll get you some.
Hey, also, if you're at TOC, just don't punch me, okay? Be nice. I'm kind.
And then last but not least, Vulcan. Go buy a bag at vulcansportinggoods.com, VPro, or get one of their paddles.
Yeah.
Use code KOTC. We love them. They've been longtime supporters of me and the show.
I don't know. I'm going to say it anyways, but they have a new bag coming out in
Okay.
September.
I haven't even seen it.
Oh, really?
Maybe they've shown me.
Because I have one.
Oh, that's incorrect. You don't have a new bag that they haven't released yet. You're lying. You're lying right now. Jimmy's lying.
I might be getting someone in trouble for this, but
Yeah.
I have a brand new bag.
What color is it?
It's black and gold. It's not released.
No.
It's coming in September. Maybe
It's not better than the V Pro.
Bro, it's the V Pro but bigger. if you're looking for a bigger one.
We'll see about that.
But it's coming out in September.
All right, music time.